Hello, my name is Jackie Case from VIP Hair for You Training, and I'm going to be taking you through this short little webinar on helping you to become more grounded and confident to say no without any guilt. I think we all, at any stage of our life, have a problem sometimes saying no to somebody because we feel we're being disrespectful or rude, and then we end up basically suffering in the long run. So I want to give you some tools. Now, this is aimed at hairdressers. And for me, I'm a trainer, hair trainer and emotional wellbeing coach for hairdressing professionals. So I'm going to take you through this grounding exercise that you can do anywhere or anytime. Now, as hairdressers, we are trained in the skills, but no one ever tells us about emotional resilience. And boy, do we go through it. We are on our feet all the time. We are trying to be the best for everybody else, but sometimes we end up suffering ourselves in the process. We are very good at listening to other people, but who's listening to you? And we end up sometimes curbing how we feel to please other people. And then suddenly we become poorly or burnt out through the process. And so my job is to help you be calm, confident, and in control in all areas of your life, not just work, but personal as well. And I'm going to do that by introducing you something which is called EFT tapping. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but EFT tapping is a very, very simple and quick technique that you can use to help actually calm your nervous system. And it's a combination of psychology and using acupressure in certain parts of the body to help you to calm your nervous system down. But we do it by actually changing our thought processes at the same time. Now, there are certain parts of the tapping process, but they're very powerful because they're actually related to different parts of your body. So when you're tapping around these areas, you're also actually working on stress relievers in those parts of the body as well. So this is what makes it so powerful. So let's go through them then. The first one is called the karate chop, which is basically this area of your hand. And it's basically related to the small intestines. And the process is about sorting information out by actually doing this. And what we do is when we tap here, we say a mantra. And the mantra is basically whatever your overwhelm is, whether whatever it is. In this instance, we're using it to say no. You can use this for lots of different things, but we're using it for saying no, not feeling guilty. But we would also then finish with we love and respect ourselves. Because what happens is you cannot have love and negativity in the same space. So as soon as you start to sort of change how your thought process, it can really, really calm you down. So this, as I said, the karate chop area, the side of the hand, is to do with feeling overwhelmed, self-sabotaged, and any form of resistance that you may have to change. The next area is your eyebrows. And the eyebrows is basically your bladder meridian. And this is your nervous system, your stress response, and it can be related to trauma, shock, or restlessness. The next is the side of the eye, and the side of the eye is to do with your gallbladder, and this is very good for decision making, hormone balance, muscle tension, when you're feeling angry, frustrated, or you've got any form of resentment. And then under the eye, and this is to do with your stomach. We hold a lot of tension in our stomach. So this is very good for digestion, your gut health, and it's related to anxiety, worry, and fear. And that's why we sometimes get stomach aches or upset because we hold a lot of tension in our stomach. Next, you have under the nose, which is this area here. And this is your governing vessel, and it's related to your central nervous system, emotional regulation, and related to shame, embarrassment, or feeling powerless. So this can really help with those emotions. Your chin is your central vessel, and it's about expressing yourself emotionally, your hormones, related to maybe confusion, self-doubt, or feeling stuck. Next is your collarbone, and your collarbone is your kidneys, anal glands, and it's also to do with your energy levels and immune system. And it can be related to fear, insecurity, and survival stress. You can use one, you can use both, doesn't matter what side, it's just tipping on that collarbone. Next is under your arm. Some people like to call it the monkey because you put your hand in the air. And this is to do with the spleen, your blood circulation, your immune function, and it's related to overthinking, worrying, or low self-worth. And then finally on the top of the head, which is your governing bone of the whole body, your whole energy flow. And this is about feeling disconnected, mental overload, or lack of clarity. So there's the pressure points that we're going to be tapping on. But while we're tapping on them, we're actually going to be saying some words that will actually then take negative thinking into more positive thinking. So saying no is what we are going to be focusing on. And why do we have such a problem? It's only two little letters, N and O, but for some reason we really struggle to be able to say those words. And I think it comes back to when we were younger, but when you look at young kids, they have no problem saying no. But then as you get older, it relates to disrespect and guilt. So saying no can be a problem. Plus the fact what we try and do is we try and justify ourselves and then we can dig ourselves into a into a deeper, bigger hole. So we have a fear of upsetting clients, don't we? If we don't get them booked in, we're worried that they're going to go somewhere else. So we end up overbooking ourselves, and we can feel responsible for everybody else's happiness. So we basically are putting everybody else first before ourselves. So EFT tapping, saying no without guilt. So the first thing we need to do before we start, and you can just watch this, you can tap along with me, you can say it as we go. There is a script, and I'm more than happy to send you the scripts on my website. You can actually download them, and then you can have it in your phone, your bag. You can just, whenever you're feeling a little bit like, woo, you can actually use this. It's very powerful. So let's, first of all, the first thing we need to do is we need to kind of like score ourselves because we need to see what our benchmark is. So the first thing we need to do is we need to score ourselves from 1 being low and 10 being high. So when you think about saying no, do you have a problem with it? And if you do, how would you rate yourself? 1, absolutely shocking, so I have trouble, feel guilty. Or 10, no, I'm actually quite good at saying no, I'm quite good. So score yourself, have your benchmark. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tap on the first point, which is your karate chop side of the hand, but we're going to say 3 mantras. So I'm going to pull them up and we're going to say them together. So on the karate, just gently tap away. Even though I feel pressure to say yes to every client, every request, a last-minute appointment, I deeply and completely accept myself. Take a nice deep breath in. Even though I worry that saying no might disappoint people or make them go elsewhere, I am open to respecting my time and my energy. Take a nice deep breath in again. Even though I have learned to please everyone in my chair, I choose to honor myself as well. Okay, so that's the karate chop. Now we're going to go on to the other points within the system, and you're going to follow the script. So the first one is your eyebrow. So just tap on the eyebrow and say to yourself, I feel responsible for keeping everyone happy. Now go to the side of the eye. Saying no feels uncomfortable. Under the eye. What if I get upset if they get upset? Under the nose. I don't want to let anyone down. Under the chin. I don't want to disappoint anyone. Notice your emotions as you're doing this. Notice any sensations that are going on in the body. On the collarbone. I say yes even when I'm exhausted. Do 1, do 2. Under the arm. I squeeze people into my diary. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the top of the head now. This pressure to please everyone. Now we're going to go to the eyebrow. Maybe I do not have to say yes to everything. Now go to the side of the eye. Maybe my time matters too. Now go to under the eye. I can still care about my clients. Under the nose. I still have boundaries. Under the chin or on the chin. Saying no does not make me rude. On the collarbone. It makes me professional. Under the arm. I deserve a balanced working day. Now we're going to go to the eyebrow. I am learning to respect my own limits. Go to the side of the eye. I can say no kindly and confidently. Under the nose, sorry, under the eye. My time and energy matters. Under the nose. The right clients will respect my boundaries. On the chin. Boundaries create better business. Collarbone. I care for myself and my clients. Under the arm. I trust myself to say what I need. Top of the head. I feel calm, confident, and in control. Take a nice deep breath in for me. So take a nice deep breath in. Give your body a little shake if you want to. And then when you're ready, you need to rescore yourself again. So just have a little feel, think about the sensation that you've got in your body and how does that feel? You should have some sense of calm at least, because what you're doing is by tapping, you're actually distracting yourself, disconnecting from those emotions, but also allowing yourself to just have a little bit of me time at the same process. I hope you enjoyed that. Well, if you want to know more, my name, as said, is Jacquie, and I've got a series of emotional well-being, whether it be downloads, workbooks, courses, all to help you with both your business and with your life as well. So I look forward to meeting you very, very soon.